Solo Scrooge, sending peace and blessings to you all out there. Hashtag Solo Nation. How's it going, my people? Back again. Appreciate you all for the love and support of the channel. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to wherever you are in the world and whatever time it may be in your country. So we'll just run over this article here, a few other headlines, and then we'll take a look at the Sologenic and the Coreum chart. So UK banks are turning away crypto clients. Challenges for crypto companies range from having applications rejected, accounts frozen, to being overwhelmed with paperwork. Crypto companies are facing difficulties accessing banking services in the United Kingdom, according to multiple sources interviewed by Bloomberg. The few banks still working with crypto firms are requesting more documentation and information about how they monitor clients' transactions. Challenges include having applications rejected, accounts frozen, and overwhelming paperwork. Crypto companies have even complained to the government of Prime Minister Rishi Sunak as the situation worsened in the past weeks. The move goes in the opposite direction of Sunak's plans to prioritise financial technology disruption and make the UK a global crypto hub. The UK banking reaction has been more acute than the EU one, Tom Duff-Gordon, Vice President of International Policy at Coinbase, told Bloomberg. According to Duff-Gordon, the European Union's efforts to establish a framework for digital assets are making banks more receptive to crypto firms in other countries. The European Parliament Committee passed the Markets in Crypto Assets (MiCA) legislation in October, nearly 2 years after it was first introduced in September 2020. Its final vote is scheduled for this month. Chancellor Rishi Sunak has asked Royal Mint UK to create an NFT to be issued by the summer. This decision shows the forward-looking approach we are determined to take towards crypto assets in the UK. So far, in 2023, venture capital investment in digital asset companies reportedly dropped 94% to 55 million in the UK, according to data from PitchBook, against 33% increase in other countries in Europe. Crypto companies are turning to payment service providers such as BCB Payments and Stripe to maintain business operations in the UK. Earlier in March, the HSBC Holdings and Nationwide Building Society banned cryptocurrency purchases via credit cards for retail customers, joining a growing list of banks in the country to tighten restrictions on digital assets. Also in March, the Self-Regulatory Trade Association, Crypto UK, proposed the creation of a whitelist of registered firms in the country to address banks limiting or banning transactions with crypto companies. Many of the major UK banks have now put in place bans or restrictions, and we are concerned that other banks and payment service providers, PSPs, may also follow suit, said Crypto UK. We believe that government action is now warranted. Similar to the United States, authorities in the UK are tightening regulations on crypto companies. The Financial Conduct Authority proposed in February a set of rules that could subject executives of crypto firms to 2 years in prison if they don't meet certain conditions related to promotion. So they're threatening to give the executives of these firms prison time if they don't meet certain criteria. Well, that's not good. That's not good, is it? So yeah, the banks in UK, they're being crazy actually. I remember I think it was last year when I used to send money to Binance and all these other, a a few other crypto exchanges. The bank wasn't letting me do it no more. So now I just use Coinbase. And I've had no problems with Coinbase. So if you're in the UK and you want to send money or put money into crypto, what I do, I use Coinbase. I send it from my bank, transfer it from my bank to Coinbase, and then to whatever exchange from Coinbase. I buy ETH, and then whatever exchange I want to transfer that money to, I send it through via Ethereum. Other headlines: S&P 500 Nasdaq futures slide on oil spike as second quarter trading begins. Live updates. So the oil spiked. I saw there was a spike in the oil last night. S&P 500 futures were lower as a spike in oil prices added another threat to an economy already struggling from Federal Reserve rate hikes and recent turmoil in the banking sector. Nasdaq futures shed 0.6, while S&P 500 futures, fell 0.1% as second quarter trading began. Futures for the Dow Jones industry average ticked up 130 points or 0.4%. Chevron is set to give the index a boost as it gains 4.5% in pre-market trading on the spike in oil prices. The output cut from OPEC Plus, which is slashing 1.16 million barrels per day, sent oil prices soaring. West Texas Intermediate crude was 6.6% higher, while international benchmark Brent crude climbed 6%. Traders are shedding optimism from recent market strength with the prospect of higher oil prices adding to fears of higher inflation and a looming recession. So if they're slashing 1.6, look, the output cut from OPEC, which is slashing 1.16 million barrels per day. So if they're cutting oil, if there's less oil but the demand is the same, then the prices has to go up. If they, the prices have to go up. They have to. I mean, if you cut the amount of oil you're producing, but the demand is still the same, then prices are going to raise up, definitely, 100%. No doubt about that. China urges Japan not to back US chip export restrictions as Washington tries to rally allies. So this is to do with, we know there's a war. Shall I say, could we call it a war? An economic war between the BRICS and the West. BRICS and America. The BRICS is countries like Brazil, Russia, South America, India. That have all got together to, they want to ban the dollar. They don't want the dollar to be the world reserve currency anymore. So, Chinese Foreign Minister King Jiang urged Japan not to support US curbs on China's semiconductor industry. Semiconductors, critical components in everything from home appliances to military equipment, have been thrust into the center of a battle for tech supremacy between the US and China. The US has been trying to rally key countries in the semiconductor supply chain around its chip export restrictions. So there's definitely a battle in tech going on, my people. Definitely a battle in this tech industry going on. Let's take a look at the Sologenic chart. So low. So Here we are, my people. Nothing changes until it changes, as I keep saying. Support, resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance. We'll come back down to support now. And my people, if you know anything about me, I'm not a financial advisor. But when we're at support, we buy. You know, depending how you play the game, long-term holder, short-term trader. If you're a short-term trader, we buy at support, we sell at resistance. Buy at support, we sell at resistance. So that's what we're in with the Sologenic chart. So I would say that Sologenic, providing we stay above this white uptrending line, it's a buy right now. I think Sologenic's a buy even when it's up here. Anywhere here, it's all a buy for future reference, for the future, you know. But if trading in the short term, definitely, I would say, not financial advisor, but it's a buy now. If you follow the pattern, support, resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance. So Solo's still in that channel. Nothing happens till something happens. Let's take a look at the Coreum chart. It's core season. It's still core season, my people. You know, whether we go up or we come down, it's core season. So right now, levels will still remain the same. Got a resistance at 26.08. Got support at 24. Let's say 23.02 is our underneath support. 23.02 is our underneath support. 24.47 is support. 26.04 resistance. 29.76, 29.69 still resistance. And as I said, my people, from before, we broke the white line, we came down, went back up to retest this white line, which had been crucial support and resistance. We couldn't break over it. We got rejected. So we've come back down again. So what we want to see now, can we make a push back up to this white line? Can we make a push over it to get bullish? So my people, I'll keep you updated on the Coreum chart, on the Sologenic chart. Just watch the levels so you know where support and resistance is. For those of you that are, you know, I mean, we always want the best buy-ins as possible, whether we're long-term or short-term traders. So my people, I appreciate you all for the love and support of the channel. If you got anything out of this update, like, subscribe and share. I'm Solo Scrooge with the Solo News, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.